Hello and good morning, everyone. It is Friday. Welcome to Friday. Happy to have you all here. We are going to continue our Pokemon journey. Gonna make sure really quick. I saw yesterday after I was reviewing it that my screen was just a little bit off and it was bugging me. So I gotta fix that. Make sure that the screen is 100% large enough to not have a little blank space, because I know that was driving me wild. I'm sure it's driving y'all wild too. So let me make sure that is actually fixed. There we go. So we have been playing Pokemon. I played a little bit yesterday. I got some Poke news to share with y'all once y'all are in here, but for now we're going to continue our Pokemon journey. I'm about level 30, which I'm kind of afraid that that's near the end. I know you get all the way up to level rank A, but like in previous Pokemon games, when you go like to take on the Elite Four and all that, you're what, level 45, 50, maybe 60? So I'm afraid that like we're already nearing the end, but I could absolutely be wrong. I am trying to find, there's one Pokemon in here that keeps saying there's a question mark there that I haven't unlocked what that Pokemon is. I'm trying to figure out what Pokemon is in this wild zone that I have missed out on. So I'm trying to get it to spawn, but I don't know how. You know, I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know what Pokemon is missing there. So destroy that. Level up just a little bit. I know we're a little bit behind level. I'm guessing it's something like in there, like it spawns. Maybe it spawns in there or something. I don't know. So we're trying to figure out what Pokemon is missing from my life. I'd also like to go catch that Abra. My team, I don't know. I've already replaced my starter. I know that's like the biggest faux pas you can make in all of Pokemon, but I don't know. I feel like my starter wasn't all that great, so we've already replaced him with a Garchomp. I know that makes me a terrible Pokemon master, and I apologize for all you all who will be offended by that. These hippos are trying to dig at me, and they are learning very quickly that is not working. Did you see they have homeless benches in this game? I saw that there's benches you can, like, sleep on. Is that what you mean? Or is there actually, like, homeless on the benches? Okay, we took out the hippos. Go take that dude out. What Pokemon is not here? Like, it's kind of cool, I guess. Like, I assume that I can't find the Pokemon because I need it to spawn, and maybe it'll only spawn once I learn, like, cut through those things. Maybe that's what I'm missing, that once I know cut, that Pokemon will pop out for me. So I think that's what I'm missing, so I guess I'll have to come back once I learn cut. But let's go check out these other wild zones. It makes me happy that we get more wild zones as well, because we were talking about Nuzlocking this game. If there was only 5 wild zones, we were not going to be able to Nuzlocke this game. But now that there's 10 wild zones, we're closer to being able to Nuzlocke this game. So I'm excited to see what that is. The alphas, though, I will say the alphas feel a little too overpowered in this game. Like, my team is half alphas right now because they're just so much more powerful. That's what we want right there. That's what we came for. It's one of those benches that are meant to deter homeless, the ones with the armrests in the middle. Oh, no, I haven't seen that yet. The, what is that called? The, anti-something, construction. Alright, Kadabra. Come on, stay in the ball. Of course you're not going to stay in the ball. Of course you're not going to stay in the ball. Although, if we get a Kadabra, like, he can't ever evolve, right? I have to trade him with someone in order to be able to do something with the Kadabra, so... And, of course, night falls, so now I lose access to my Kadabra. Thanks, Night. I don't know how there's a couple of things I really don't know how I feel about the game. And this is... Oh, well... It reset the fight. This is one of those things I really don't know how I feel about the game yet. Like, the whole you don't have control over it, the game kind of runs how it wants to run, and day and night can cycle without your consent. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying I truly don't know if I like it or not. Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing through it to kind of see, but I don't know how I feel about that. Like having the lack of control is strange. There's a high-pitched noise on your audio. It could be... I can't hear anything. Let me see. Let me check here. Let's see. How do I... Ah, okay. Yes, I hear it. Okay. I'm pretty sure I know what that is. So thank you for telling me. I would not have been aware. Let's fix that. Sounds like tinnitus. Okay. Yeah, so that high-pitched noise comes from my my capture card is absolute garbage. I got a cheapy capture card once upon a time, and I really need to replace it. But I don't play enough games on my Switch to justify needing to replace my capture card and spend the money on it. But my capture card is garbage, and that is the problem. Now let's see if we can get it to properly work now. Now it's going to be a huge pain in the butt, of course. There we go. Okay. It should be better now. Yeah? This is also the most ridiculous thing in the Pokemon game. So I'm sitting here. The trainer can't see me, but my alpha Gyarados here can go over there and get a sneak attack. Because certainly, because the trainer can't see me, the giant 50-foot Gyarados next to me is clearly belongs to no one. You know, pay no attention to the giant Gyarados that's just floating there. That's certainly nothing to be concerned about. Like, the Pokemasters in this game are next level dumb. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about the real-time battles yet. I don't know how I feel about the world, like, automatically going to day-night without your consent. Like, I know in the past the day-night cycle changed without your choice in it, but, like, it was based on the real-life clock, you know? So, like, and it did change some things of the game, but the game was still playable. Here, like, the quest just... whatever you're doing just goes away. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know if it's bad. I don't know if it matters. Like I haven't played enough to know yet. Like if night goes by enough, like do I lose, or is something like if I don't get to the next rank in one night, do I just start the next night? Like is it truly it doesn't matter? You can do it as much as you want. I haven't wasted a night yet. Every night I've leveled up, so I don't know if there's like a penalty for not completing your rank up each night or what it is. So I guess maybe if there's no penalty for going through, then it doesn't matter because you can just play at your own pace. Gyarados is one of my favorite. He's always got a final spot on my team. I think Gyarados needs a reworking. Gyarados is awesome. Don't get me wrong. Gyarados is super awesome. However, the whole point of Gyarados has been lost to the ages, right? Like, the whole thing used to be that you had to catch a Magikarp, and you had to slowly and painfully level it up, and then after you've leveled it up, you get the payoff of the super powerful Gyarados. That was cool. But now that you've got the ability to level share and team share and all that, like, I literally caught an Alpha Magikarp at level 25. So I caught it, and then it instantly let me evolve it. So there was no struggle, right? Like the whole point of Gyarados is you're supposed to struggle against your inability and grow into something legendary by making it through the struggle. And now that's kind of doesn't exist in the game anymore because of XP shares. So I kind of feel like they need to rework the way that Gyarados works and levels up to accommodate the modern day way that it works. Because it just feels cheap, you know? It feels cheap to like, okay, I need this Gyarados to level up, so I'm just gonna put him on my back burner until he's leveled up enough, and then boom, he's strong. Like I feel like, you know how there's other Pokemon that have like the special abilities where they only evolve if you hold your switch upside down and turn in a circle and things. I feel like they need a way to evolve Magikarp that way, that represents needing a little bit of like work and skill factored into it. I don't know, maybe I'm way off base, you know, maybe I'm the only person who feels that way, but I feel like a little bit of magic of Gyarados has been lost. Just a little bit. I need to find something that I can use a grass type super effective move against. That's not what we're looking for. That is cool though. I will say, poor Beedrill. I know that Beedrill, at least in the first couple generations, you know, he's a bug-type Pokemon, so he was awful. He does have a cool design. Poor Beedrill never gets the respect that Beedrill deserves. But this is what I'm saying, that the alpha Pokemon, like, you catch them and they're like 20 levels higher than everyone else, and they just absolutely decimate the enemy teams because their stats are so high and their levels are so high. So we need to use flying type moves, and we need a super effective grass type move. I'm a big Gen 3 player, early enough to be on GBA, but as a colored palette, looking to get a DS platform. You should definitely get a DS platform at some point. I don't know enough about Pokemon to even know what types are weak against grass. Good morning, Black Panther. Let's see. We need to find a water type. A water type is like the most obvious one for being weak to grass, so that's what we need. Come a little bit closer, dude. Look. Your Dratini's looking right at me. I'm going to slap it. I'm going to slap that thing. The DS... So I would get a DS in a heartbeat and play a ton of games and stream those, but like streaming from a DS is darn near impossible, and y'all know how I feel about emulation. But I did find a Game Boy Color, a custom Game Boy Color that they're still making games for, which is really cool, and it streams perfectly. So I'm going to be streaming some old Game Boy games here soon, once I obtain that. Best gameplay? Do you mean my stream or this game itself? Like, do you mean that this game has the best gameplay? Because I agree partially. I'm like I was just saying, I don't know how I quite feel about the open world combat. Like I do like to a degree. It looks like by having this, some moves will have abilities that old moves didn't. Like the ability like teleport, for example, that actually teleports you away from an attack so you can dodge an attack is really cool. The fact that like some of the bigger moves have a big charge up so you can use protect and stuff to actually protect yourself, that's really cool, and it definitely feels more anime-ish, but I do feel like I've lost a little bit of like the tactics. I feel like I'm just jamming buttons as fast as possible to deal as much damage as quickly as possible. You know, I don't feel like I'm being tactical, but maybe that's a me problem. Maybe that's not the game's problem. All right, we need to hit a flying type move, and once you know it, we don't really have a flying type move. We have Whirlwind. Does Whirlwind count? Like that. Whirlwind just knocked that guy back, so if he was actually using some moves that were hurtful, I could knock him away from me and dodge the moves that way. It's pretty cool. I like emulation once a company has moved on from a system, since most of those games are purchased aftermarket. They aren't seeing revenue anyways. I definitely don't disagree with that, but there's also the like the investment portion of it to think of. Like, for example, if you were one of the lucky people who bought Rule of Rose on PlayStation 2, that game can go, I've heard it can go all the way up to like $500 or even $1,000. Like it's a very, very expensive game. Should it be $1,000? That maybe not. But you properly invested in the game, and emulation takes that away from you, right? You invested in the game. You have a right to the amount of money that game is worth, and other people emulating it removes that value of your game. Like, there's still collectors, obviously, who want it for its rarity, but if you couldn't play the game any other way, its value would go up even more. So yes, the company might not be making revenue, but we still have to factor in the fact that people are investors and they're investing in things as well, and that is a part of the conversation that often gets left out. This looks like they were making the game and Power World came out and they got mad, and now they're trying to do this. Yeah, I would not mind if they made the game more like Power World. You know, I am scared of, if you watch the Poke Leaks next year, they're putting out Pokepedia. They're trying to make Stardew Valley Animal Crossing Pokemon. They're going to be trying to make a Pokemon MMO. Like, clearly they are trying to branch out into new things, and I don't know what that branching out is going to do for us. So I'm excited to see what they can do with it, but I'm also afraid that they're going to try and bury the franchise by going out on a limb too much. You know, there will always be people who want the traditional next generation battles and just continue on what we already got. Ooh, our first double battle. But I don't think there's a single thing they could do that would actually like break Pokemon, you know, like I'm fairly confident there are so many people who are Poke fans for life that I don't think they could actually do anything that would cause someone to permanently never play Pokemon again. You know, I just don't think they're gonna find something that will hurt it that much. I cannot stand behind the aggressive moves. That is their right as the owners of the property, right? Do I much prefer when companies let their fans do what they want and show off fan art and other things they love? Absolutely, but it is their right. In the same way that they have a right as the owner of the old Pokemon games to say, we don't want anyone to be able to play the old Pokemon games, so we're not going to re-release them on new systems or things like that. Like, does it suck? Absolutely. Is that their right? Yeah. So what are you going to do? They're talking about the Mega Absol here. I beat up Absol, and now I can turn it into a Mega. I do hope I got a Weeping Bell that I've had since like the very beginning. I do want to use Mega Weeping Bell because I think the Mega Weeping Bell is silly and kind of fun. So I can't wait to Mega my Weeping Bell. They need creative solutions. We should get strong Pokemon trainers to aid. That's how the ZA Royal came to be. Tepeg is the best. I'm not a huge fan of Tepeg's design. That's why I went with Feraligatr. Oh, don't tell me. Rank, I knew it. All right, that's minus 10 points from Gryffindor. That I knew they were going to do that. They're going to skip all the way up to rank F because they didn't want to actually have you grind your way up. I said at the beginning of my stream that we were level 30, almost level 40, and that's usually where the end game is here, and they're already having us skip promotions. I'm so mad about that. Why couldn't we just grind our way up through the ranks and and enjoy the game. I'm so mad at Pokemon right now. You're not going to beat him. I would love if we lose this match and have to rank up a little bit more. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Let's treat this guy with the respect he deserves. Let's make sure that my Pokemon are actually fully ready for this. Here, bird, have some water. Let's make sure you're at 100%. Like, look at how the difference in those alphas. 136 HP versus 56 on my Gardevoir. Like, the alphas are too strong. All right, we're ready. What do you got here? What are we facing? What are we talking about here? Is this like he's level 80 and is going to beat me into oblivion? Is he just all talk? That guy has some sick mutton chops. He's got the wild Wolverine look going. I think I should try and grow my hair in that way, honestly. I think I should try and get the wild mutton chops and the man bun going on. A Houndoom. Okay, well, we definitely chose the wrong Pokemon to start with then. Weepinbell, come back. It's not letting me bring my Weepinbell back. So that was an unfortunate first pick. And my screen just died. So this is real bad altogether. I can't see my screen at all. There we go. I don't know, my computer went to sleep or something. That was real bad timing. I don't know why it wouldn't let me swap my Pokemon out. A Sharpedo. Very cool. But again, I can't swap my Pokemon out, so apparently I'm just choosing all the wrong Pokemon moves here. Yes. The legendary Vinny Pokemaster here with his level 30 Baniri. Way too strong. And let me guess, you're going to finish with a Kakuna? A Drampa? What the heck is that thing? Is that what the apple thing evolves into? Is that the apple Pokemon? Bubble's here. Good morning, Bubble. Happy Friday. I sure wish I could change my Pokemon. That would definitely be helpful. Drampa does get a Mega, yes. I did not use the code to get the 100 Pokeballs. Alright. We crushed Vinny, so now we go from rank V all the way to rank F. I'm so disappointed in Pokemon for that. I thought this was going to be a long grind and actually, like, go all the way to level 100. No. Absolutely not. We just... What's the point of having all those ranks if we're just going to skip through them all, you know? Like, look at this. Love Drampa. I didn't even know Drampa existed. That's the first time I think I've seen Drampa. So that's the good thing about being out of Pokemon for so long is like there's like 800 800 Pokemon I've never seen before, so every Pokemon is new to me. Oh, my rival made it. Bummer. I was kind of hoping he would get left behind. You have to grind online. I have heard that you have to grind online to be able to get certain like stones and things like that. So they clearly want people to use the feature, the online feature. Also, why do I not have that ability? Why does every NPC in the Pokemon universe have the ability to just touch me and all of my Pokemon are instantly healed? Why can't I do that? Why do I have to go find a Poke Center when every trainer has the ability to instantly heal our Pokemon? Seems like a useful skill I should get. I also found a pair of shoes that I want in the game, but the pair of shoes is 100,000 Poké Dollars, so I'm officially too broke to buy a pair of shoes that I want. I'm printing off a Dungeon Master screen. It'll be done in 14 hours. When I get it painted and glued together, I'll post. Yes, please. I like a good Dungeon Master screen. Somewhere next to me is my most embarrassing Dungeon Master screen. I don't, maybe. I don't think it's accessible right now. Oh, it is. I don't know if it'll show up on camera or not, but this is my My Little Pony Dungeon Master screen because the green screen doesn't show it off very well. I don't know if it'll... Yeah, the green screen's kind of blocking it. They released a limited edition, because Hasbro owns both My Little Pony and Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. They released a set of My Little Pony characters that were specifically Dungeons and Dragons characters, and it came with a special Dungeons and Dragons dice and a DM screen to be able to play My Little Pony Dungeons and Dragons. So that's my DM screen. I have a My Little Pony Dungeon Master screen. It's got 2 dice towers and 2 places for mini storage. Dang, that's huge. Only a few people are aware of the crisis in Lumiose City. Well, maybe you should make more people aware of the crisis so they're not just wandering the streets, you know? Maybe we should do something about that. Like, tell all the people so they can start training up. It's a castle DM screen. That is pretty awesome. I will say, I know I've shared this opinion before, and I know that's a super unpopular opinion. I don't mind DM screens and like DM dice towers, but I do feel like there are so many like Dice Goblin D&D players where if you're at a table and every player brings their own dice tower and their own deck of cards and their own terracotta deck and their own 3 sets of dice, like the table all of a sudden gets filled with too many toys. I do feel like a lot of in-person Dungeons & Dragons has way too many toys with it nowadays. Especially like people like, oh, this is my special custom sandglass that does this kind of spinning, and this dice is for this spinning, and this dice is for this spinning, and it gets over cluttered. Too much clutter. Though I do understand if you play Dungeons and Dragons online, how many people do not like using the virtual dice. There is something way more satisfying about rolling your actual dice. That feels way better. I do agree with that 100%. It has a tower facing the DM and one for players. Oh, that's interesting. One for private roles and one for public roles. That's the lady that we predicted was going to be the villain. I'm still convinced that she's going to be a villain. Still 100% guarantee that is a villain. especially so we're like, I assume halfway through the game, and we haven't run into like a Team Rocket, a Team Yell, nothing like that. Honestly, like my virtual dice on D&D Beyond, because it adds all the stats and bonuses, that is nice. I just understand that, like, it's the confirmation bias, right? You start rolling your dice a few too many times and you get rolls you don't like, and you start to feel like those dice are rigged, and like people don't trust computers, right? And I get it. I understand why people are like, I don't trust this computer. I feel like it's lying to me that it's not the actual correct rolls. Makes you feel like you're not doing your taxes as much and you focus on playing more. All right, so we need to go get some Mega Crystal Shards because we need the Gyarados shard. We do have a Heracross, Aerodactyl. We don't have an Alakazam. We don't have a Drampa. All right, we need Lopunite. So there's a Houndoom that we can Mega, a Pidgey we can Mega. We need to. We got to save up for that one. We need to save up for the Gyarados. We want to Mega our Gyarados. Crunchitize me, Captain. So I guess that'll be our goal. We'll go collect 20 more shards to get a Mega Gyarados. See, that's one of the things about D&D, right? Like, some people truly do love the crunch to it. They want to have to go through and add all the bonuses and do like their taxes. And other people, there's a great many of people, and they don't want to admit this, but I am confident that there's a great number of people who don't actually want to play Dungeons and Dragons. What they want to do is play a role-playing game, and they don't understand that that's what they want, so they just play D&D, not realizing that you don't have to have rules. You can just get together a couple people and write a story together without having to do all the math and write all the things, right? Like that is fully in your capabilities. But I feel like some people don't understand they can do that, and so they continue to trudge along with D&D even if they're not enjoying it. The phone listens to our sessions because I'll be rolling like crap in normal play in combat, and I'll start rolling hot, and it'll swap from session to session. I feel like they're 2 steps forward and 5 steps back. I just wanted to explore the game, getting told to where to go. I wish they had voiceover, no subtitles. I definitely feel like we're still stuck in the past. No voiceover, 2-3 hour tutorial. It definitely feels like Pokemon is still making games from the 90s. They definitely need to catch up. The fact that I'm still getting tutorial messages and I'm like 5 hours into the game is ridiculous. There's some things I really like, and like I said, I'm still not sure about the live action combat. I'm still not quite sure how I feel about that, but I also don't know how I feel about the forced day-night cycle, so there's a lot of things I want to play a little bit more before I get like a final judgment on it, but it definitely feels strange. I'm glad they're trying to shake it up also, though, right? Like, you can only make the same Pokemon game so many times in a row before it gets boring, right? So, it's cool to have other options, but Absol, beat that guy into oblivion. Good job. We got a Riolu. Okay, let's sword dance it up. Let's see how big of a difference that makes. Destroy that guy. Good job. Ooh, we could Mega that guy over there. That could be interesting. Alright, grab that. What are you? I think we already have one of you. That's an Esper. Yeah, we already have one of those. Level 37 Pidgeot. Ooh. Ooh, he got some hands. He throwing hands. Let's sword dance. There we go. Oh, did we fail to catch him? I think we failed to catch him. I didn't realize you could fail to catch Pokemon once they're knocked out like that. It does add a little bit of danger back into it, but it's also frustrating that you're... You know, if I knew that it wasn't going to get caught, I would have tried to catch it before I knocked it out, you know? See, there's some bird thingies up there. I think we have enough to get our Mega Gyarados now. So let's go get our Mega Shard. Just get good. That is solid advice. You can't beat that advice. It is applicable in all situations all the time. What you got over here? You got bread. Emmy and I watched Black Phone last night because we're going to go see Black Phone 2 today. And I'm really worried. I cannot believe after watching Black Phone 1 again how good Black Phone... We need 8 more. Black Phone 1 was so good that I'm so nervous they're going to mess up Black Phone 2. Like, how do you follow up the masterpiece that is Black Phone 1, you know? So... I'm definitely worried that they are not going to do the second one nearly as good. I'm hopeful, but also cautiously optimistic. Alright, we need some more Mega Stones. Let's go over there. We haven't gone to the Zone 10, so let's catch a few more Pokemon and unlock a few more things that way. Let's pin that. I also still don't know how I feel about being stuck in the city. Like, the wild zones are pretty underwhelming. Not gonna lie. Like, I thought it was gonna be cool, but the wild zones kind of feel a little meh. Nintendo and Game Freak are living in the past and not in a good way. I would definitely agree with that. And we were talking about yesterday when we played that part of the problem is apparently they only put a budget of $20 million in for their last Pokemon game. And when you're talking about like Grand Theft Auto 6 using a budget of literally $1 billion, like only offering $20 million to make a Pokemon game, like it clearly shows, right? That's why the game's got an absolute garbage track record, is because they're not paying enough money to make a good game. There's simply not enough money available to make something worthy of Pokemon. Maybe they'll add the outside. I know that there's the controversial DLC is coming out here, right? So maybe that's why they didn't add the outside yet. We'll get to go outside with DLC. You have to pay $20 to go outside and touch grass. That's a very Nintendo coded move. All right, how do we get? Is it up? We have to go up. I guess let's go find a Holovator, which I still think is the dumbest name ever. I understand the city is supposed to be huge technology and fancy futuristic, but having a Holovator that lifts you up instead of just a ladder or an elevator is kind of dumb. Just kinda. Okay, here we go. We can go in this way. Alright, Slowpokes. I do like me some Slowpokes. Don't get me wrong, I do like some Slowpokes. But the problem, another problem that Pokemon has, is there are too many water types. I feel like my team would be 90% water types if typing didn't matter. There are so many water type Pokemon. Ooh, we can get a Sharkpedo, dude, though. I like the Sharkpedos also. Have you figured out how to get new Pokemon to spawn? I have not figured that out yet, sort of. Once I got a high enough level, like once I hit a certain rank, it gave me a new Pokemon zone. So once I hit level like 25, you can see number 10, 9, 8, and 7 opened up. So as you progress the story, it will give you a few more Pokemon to catch. So it looks like that's kind of the what they want you to do. As you rank up, you'll get more Pokemon available to you. Get him, Weeping Bell. So it does mean the Nuzlocke is alive, right? Like, okay, if you only start with 6 Pokemon and then once you get a certain level you can get 6 more, that does actually help the Nuzlocke feel a little bit more alive, right? Like, okay, you've got to survive this long, and then if you make it to this checkpoint, you get a few more Pokemon. Ooh, the Alpha Shark. Hello, Alpha Shark. Ooh. He's not someone to mess with. He's not taking any damage. He's... Ooh. Ooh. Okay. This is not good. Let's try and catch him. He mad. All right, here we go. All right, we caught an Alpha Sharkpedo. Ooh, a Staryu. I didn't realize this until people were talking about in Discord yesterday. Apparently, there's a lot of Pokedex entrances that tell you that Staryu is an alien. Like Staryu and Starmie apparently radiate mystery radio signals that they send out into the night sky. And I'd never read really Pokedex entries before, but apparently Staryu and Starmie are aliens? Were you all aware of this? Did you know about the alien? Oh, another Alpha. We're gonna run from that Alpha. Not only are we low on Pokeballs, but I don't think we have anything that can hurt him right now. Plays the X-File theme song. They live among us. I mean, it's not that out there to think that there's alien Pokemon, right? We have Pokemon that are in computers. We have Pokemon from all across the world. Like there's a ton of different Pokemons, right? So it doesn't necessarily surprise me that there are alien Pokemon. We got an Arbok. Arbok. Alright, I thought we couldn't open these sludge piles yet, but it looks like the sludge pile, you just need maybe a ground move to dissipate them. Alright, I don't think we can take this Arbok on, but I do like Arbok, so oh, he's level 50. Okay. We need to level up a little bit. These alphas are way too strong. Run, Gyarados, run. Level 50 is a little bit out of our expertise range. Clefairy's from the moon. Yeah, I know that Clefairy and the Moonstone has like some lore on it, so that's an interesting bit. Are those more sharks? Oh no, those are... What is a Tynamo? It's cute, whatever it is. It's kind of adorable. Teach it a lesson, Gyarados. Teach it to be cute. That's what you get. Alright, we now have enough... We have enough stuff to be able to get our Gyarados stone, and we're almost out of time, so let's teleport back to Quasarco. Get our Mega Gyarados. But see, like, I like the shark too, so I want to use the Sharkpedo, and I know I can Mega him also, so how do I choose what Mega to use? So I could get him. Oh wait, I can't. Wait. Why did the Gyarados stone go up? Why are these ones more expensive? I guess we'll get the Sharkpedo. You're streaming this all day, remember? I have learned my back hurts too much to stream all day. I'm too old to stream all day long, unfortunately. Hot Wings is finally reborn like a phoenix rising from the ash. Hot Wings 3.0 lives again. Welcome back, Hot Bird, Hot Wings. Let's see. Let's grab our Alpha Sharpedo. 95 special attack, 107 regular attack. Look at this dude out here. Out here doing the work. Anyone else I've caught? I know I caught a few other alphas. Anything else out here? Impressive damage? No. All right, let's give him... change. Give an item to hold. You can hold your Sharpie tonight. I do think Talonflame Hot Wings has become, you know how in the Pokemon anime they get like their companion that they form a special bond with. I kind of feel like Hot Wings, for all the hard work he has done across all of my Nuzlockes, I kind of think Hot Wings has become my actual companion. I think that is the Pokemon who has chosen me, is Hot Wings. Let's get some new Pokeballs and save up for some shoes. Let's go sit on a bench. I do want to find Scyther. Scyther's somewhere in this game, and I'm going to find Scyther. See, we're missing Pichu there. Okay, we didn't catch the squirrel thing over there. We still don't know. There's 2 guys missing from that one that I haven't seen. 1 guy missing from that one that we haven't seen. The monkey that I don't care about over there. I guess let's go check this out before night falls. I have not seen any shinies yet. I have not run into any shinies as of yet. Which does not surprise me, right? Like Pokemon Legend Arceus, they put... The shinies were too common. People were upset that you could find shinies left and right. So I believe they went back to like the old odds for catching shinies in this game. So the shinies are going to be a little bit more rare, but they might also put them like in the post game, you know? Maybe once we beat the game, you'll get like the shiny claw or whatever that gives you a higher chance of getting it. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just speculating here. All right, go beat that guy up. Get him, Sharpedo. Bite him. Your moveset sucks, Sharpedo. We're gonna have to change that. Your moveset is awful here. Should learn, if we do a doubles battle, one of my Pokemon knows Whirlwind. We could do a Whirlwind and the Sharpedo to make a Sharknado. Shinies are too easy to find. I'm not the one who was saying. I'm saying that people in general were saying that they were too easy to find. All right, we got Crunch. Crunch is good. Zen Hudbutt is good. Let's see. Let's throw a water move on there just in case. And we've got a dark move. We've got that. Critical hits, lower. Let's we'll keep agility. Okay. We've got our giant shark. He's missing his butt. What? Isn't he supposed to have a tail? Is my Pokemon glitched, or does he not have a butt? I think my Pokemon's broken. Is that what he's supposed to look like? Shows you how little I pay attention to my Pokemon, apparently. Hello, how's it going? Welcome in. What are you? What is that? What Pokemon is that? Oh, that's what Esper evolved into, isn't that? That's kind of adorable. All right, we got some benches. These are the benches Ben was talking about, the anti-homeless bench, the one that lets you make sure that they can't lay down and sleep in the city. This is actually pretty good. You know, it doesn't offend me because I don't even know. I don't know what that acronym means. I am too old to know that acronym. So lucky for you, I can't be offended by it because I have no idea what that means. We need sneaky ice type moves. I don't believe we have any ice type moves on our Pokemon here, so go bite that. I did see that the next episode of South Park is addressing, I think, the thing that most adults don't understand. Apparently the next South Park episode is going to be the whole 6-7 whatever that whole craze is. Apparently South Park is addressing the 6-7 craze in the next episode. Which I like many others do not understand, but I'm not going to pretend like we didn't have our cringy stuff, right? Like, yeah, the whole 6-7 thing sounds annoying from the outside in, but also like how many of us were sitting there like in high school doing the whole like I'm so random, spork, random, rawr. 6-7 is apparently supposed to be like 6-9. So every generation of kid has their right to cringe, right? Like, and there was a whole video essay I watched that I found myself agreeing with, and they said that one of the problems with the rise of the internet is apparently kids are really afraid to be caught being cringe, and they're afraid of cringe culture and all of that. And like that is a loss. That is full on a loss. The next generation of kids needs to have a chance to be cringe. We all deserve a chance to be cringe in our own ways. So they're losing the cringe. All right, I guess we're fighting all ice things. Is fire is good against ice, right? I should be using a fire type here. Yes, okay. Make us proud, Hot Wings. Oh, look at that guy's beard. That guy's got a pretty epic beard too. They're still cringe, they just won't realize it until later. As it should be, right? Is it really cringy if it doesn't keep you up at night 5-10 years later? Anthony Lewis, good morning. How is it going? Use super effective. Okay, we can use super effective moves. We have the technology. Go burn that flower. You know, this is the one downside. I have 2 water Pokemon and a flying type on my team. That is definitely one of the issues that my team has, is I don't have anything really good against electric. We definitely need to invest in some ground mons or fighting types or anything besides. I have too much water and flying, too much stuff weak to electric. Our team is not well balanced, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Use a water type move. Don't you tempt me. Hydro pump the Trubbish. Teach it a lesson. I just pressure washed that garbage bag. How do you think this will run on my OLED? I don't know because I haven't played this on a Switch 1 yet. But there's a lot of videos people are putting out about performance, so I would double check the performance definitely before buying it, because Scarlet and Violet had some serious issues. So I definitely think it would be a good idea to watch one of those videos on it. I don't have a Switch. I gave my Switch away, so I don't have a Switch to be able to check anymore. I talked about this last time, but look at this. How does that trainer not see me? My giant flying Gyarados hasn't alerted you that there's a trainer about ready to sneak attack your Haunter? It runs super smoothly on what I've got now, though, so if it runs as well as it does on the Switch 2, it won't have any problems, but I don't think it will, considering how old the Switch 1 is now. Alright, what do you got next? A Krokorok. Goodbye, Hot Wings. You were a loyal servant and a good friend. Scarlet and Violet glitches and performances didn't bother me at all, so I don't think I'll be bothered. Yeah, definitely check out one. I'm sure there's some great reviews on it already. I'll tell you what I'm really mad about, though. Speaking of reviews, so right now we have the Steam Next Fest, which is a festival where everyone puts out demos and allows you to try games. And two different news outlets reported on a game called Hell Maidens. And both of those news outlets said that this game was based on Dante's Inferno. I absolutely love Dante's Inferno. And, as a Catholic fan fiction book, I'm a fan of Dante's Inferno for that reason, too. So I was like, oh, cool, a game based on Dante's Inferno. I gotta check this out. So I downloaded it. And I don't know if offended is the right word, but holy cow, that game. You play as Dante, which no problem there. In the other Dante's Inferno game, you play as Dante also. But they decided to make Dante a magic girl like Sailor Moon, which, okay, an interesting concept. I'm not going to hate on it right away, but that is certainly a choice to make Dante a magical girl. And as far as I can tell from playing the demo, his love Beatrice is also a woman, so that's a problem from the retelling right there. But also Virgil is a anime girl as well, and also in love with Dante, and it looks to be like you have to gather together a harem of magical girls to defeat the ultimate magical girl, who is Satan, who is like the Tsunade bratty trope, like such an offense to the masterpiece that is Dante's Inferno to be reduced to a harem magical girl waifu simulator. And I hate that I just strung all those words together, but that's what it was. So I'm a little disappointed when I heard Dante's Inferno. I was like, oh, we need more Dante's Inferno game. This is going to be awesome. And then it was not awesome. So I'm mad at those reviewers for trying to convince me that was going to be a good Dante's Inferno game, because it very clearly was not a good Dante's Inferno game. It is not worth the 1.5 gigabits for you to download. If you're on the fence about it, you're like, huh, that sounds interesting. Believe me, it is not. It is not interesting. You don't need to play it. You're not missing out on anything if you don't play it. The game journalists got me. Alright, so we're only halfway through, so I guess we're going to find out tonight. Like, does night have a time limit? Like, if I don't get enough points tonight, do I just never rank up? Like, do I lose, or do I just come back the next night? Like, we're about ready to find out, I feel like, because we're, I don't think we're going to get all the points we need tonight. Alright, bite it. Good job. At least we're getting money so I can get my shoes, right? That's all that matters. We got to get our $100,000 shoes. So we need to sneak up on someone, defeat someone high. Okay, we can sneak up on him. We don't have any ice moves, but we can at least sneak up on that guy. Go sneak up on him. Tar with his Metapod, and he's trying to have it harden so hard that it snaps the Pinsir in half. Do y'all remember that episode? That one was crazy. Alright, we need to sneak up on one more trainer. Oh! My favorite Pokemon is in the game. Look at that. The Aeron thing is here. Okay. We need to go find that guy immediately. That is my favorite. That is my favorite little buddy right there. I didn't realize he was in this game. Sorry, dude. I love you, but you're dead. But cool. We gotta go find one of those. I didn't know he was in the game. My day has been made. That is... Also, one of the problems with the alpha is my alpha Pokemon is so large that Hydro Pump can't hit the small Pokemon when they're in front of him. Like, that seems like a design flaw, potentially. Why can a small Pokemon have that much of an advantage? It seems unfair. Maybe I'm complaining about nothing, but it kind of seems unfair. Just a little bit. Krusty Krab Fun Fair. Speaking of, so I've been watching around, like, you know, when I'm washing dishes, I like to turn on random background noise, so I'll just turn on random YouTube videos. I was not aware, and now I am aware. SpongeBob is still... Did you all know they're still making SpongeBob? I was not aware that they were still making SpongeBob seasons, but SpongeBob's apparently like in season 15 and wrapping up. I did not know they were still pumping out... Is that a shiny? Frou-Frou is not usually blue, right? That's a shiny Frou-Frou, isn't that? Dude's flexing on me with a random shiny Pokemon? The OG writers are long gone, so it's trash. Look at that. I successfully identified a shiny. And also, how dare that guy? How dare he flex on me with a shiny? Oh, it's a cut. You can give it cuts and color changes. So you can have Temu shinies. You can have we have shinies at home. Also, it feels like dirty. Like, I feel like Team Rocket out here attacking people's Pokemon when they're unaware. Like, that feels like such a cheap blow to just sneak up on someone and whack their Pokemon in the back of the head with a baseball bat. Like, is that real? Is that real Pokemon battling? Is that really how they want to conduct the battles? Is you just sneak up on them and beat them into submission? All right, they'll see you next time, Bubble. Enjoy the church play group. Do get the game, or at least watch a review. I think you'll love it. I think it'll run fine. I think you'll love it. But have a good day. We'll see you next time. All right, we need to sneak up on some people again. Knock them out with a blow. One overpowered Pikachu would wreck my team. Like, how'd you bet you missed a stationary object, Gyarados? Like, how do you mess up that bad? What we got over here? That's a way out. We don't need that. We need to sneak up on someone. Who can we sneak up on? Who? An Ivysaur? Alright, apparently Bulbasaur's in the game. That's also good news. I feel like that kid cheated by seeing me. I had him. We were in the middle of our move. You can't tell my Pokemon to stop using its move just because you saw me. Alright. Whirlwind didn't really do a whole lot there. Goodbye, Machoke. You will not be missed. A hunter? Alright, so dawn is approaching. I guess we're going to find out once and for all what happens when I fail to level up enough in a day, because we do not have enough points. Those points are an absolute grind. We are behind. And then there was me. With Bubble gone, I'm pretty sure no one is watching me. Apparently, Pokemon is not my genre. Alright, so can we sit on a bench until daytime now? Like, it's almost... Okay, so we can. So we didn't meet our goal. So what happens now? Do we get penalized points? Do we just keep the points until next night? Can we just go back to sleep until it's time? Oh, we're halfway to our shoes. We're halfway there. Alright, so that does work. Let's check out this cutting station, since we just learned about Pokemon cuts. This is hairstyles. That's not what we're looking for. I thought we would get to do stuff with our Pokemon there. Apparently not. Alright, map. Shopping arcade full of boutiques offering casual styles. Dex is still here. Hello, Dex. You've been quiet. You've been very quiet. What's up with that? Alright, we need someone who can break some rocks, so let's see here. Ooh, got level 15s. We got Giga Drain, Ice Punch, Psyshock, and Thunder Punch. Let's play with some moves for a second. No one on my team can learn Rock Smash. You were asleep? I do not blame you. You can sleep if you need sleep. Alright. Croconaw should know Rock Smash, so we can see the rest of this area, because I want to see what am I missing out on. There's some Pokemon I haven't seen in this area yet, so go bite that dude. Go bite him. That was the wrong button. You know, water is still super effective against rock, so I kind of feel like Whirlpool should still work against these things, you know? Since you're here, Dex, and you're a way better Pokemaster than me, what does it mean when my moves have a G plus next to them? What does it? Does that mean that like it's a signature move? Does that just mean it's a better move? Like what does the G plus next to my moves mean? Should I try and only learn G plus moves? All right. Looks like maybe there's more Pokemon up here? Maybe? Ooh, okay, we don't have one of those, but that is an electric type. That is our worst nightmare. Who? Like, you see how... Oh, you can't probably see. In the bottom right-hand corner, I have Razor Leaf, and the Razor Leaf says G plus next to it. And, like, is G plus... Is that what I want? Do I want G plus moves? Nope, no alpha for us, I guess. Carbinks. We don't have one of those. I don't know what Carbink turns into, but it's kind of cute. Kind of dangerous, too. Oh, it's fighting back. I didn't realize it was going to fight back. Ooh, I like that Pokemon, too. I wonder if... Is Tinkatuff in this game, I wonder? Mawile. Mawile's an adorable Pokemon. Let's catch that. These things do not want to be caught, apparently. There we go. Ooh, is that an alpha over there? I think that is. I think that's an alpha Esper. A Meowstic. Alright, let's do Mega Shark. Teach it a lesson. Oh! It was going straight for blood. It did not care. It was going straight for me. I didn't realize they would just target me like that. Dang. Brutal. We have way too many water, but we need some other. We've got our Gabite with a dragon ground. We've got fire flying, water dark. I feel like as much as I like Gyarados, I feel like we have way too much water on our team. Let's get some. Let's get some variety on our team. I got murdered by a Meowstic. I did. That Meowstic came out of nowhere. Rock Fairy. That sounds like it could be useful when it evolves, maybe? Let's grab Rock Fairy. And all these guys are way too low. We don't have a fighting type at all. Fighting or electric could both be very useful. I don't think we have anything electric. Maybe we should throw an electric on our team. And we should be able to... We have some XP candies we can use to catch a few of these guys up. So, does Carbink evolve? Carbink doesn't evolve? Oh, well then that thing's useless. Like, why would that thing's... It's got defense, but it's got nothing else going for it. Like, well, yeah, never mind. Let's get rid of Carbink. I thought Carbink would evolve, but apparently not. See, we don't want that. Could get an Abra over there, but we already have a Kadabra. Those guys are all too low level. I guess we really don't have a whole lot of options, do we? I guess we'll use him, but he seems way too weak to be useful. But then again, what do I know about Pokemon, so... I'm sure someone out there will tell me how I'm wrong on Carbink, but he kind of seems worthless. Maybe I should explore some rooftops and see if I can find some more Pokemon on rooftops or something. Could use an ice type. We haven't found any ice types, I don't think, yet. I don't know how I feel about the variety in the game yet. I definitely feel like there's way too many water types. What is that? It's a shrimp? Was that a shiny noise? What was that? Did y'all hear that random noise? I don't know what that was. Maybe it was just my Pokemon making noise? Alright, go take down the Slowpokes. Oh, we're way too low level for that. Garchomp, you didn't hear it. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong Pokemon. We want Weepinbell out here. There we go. Let's level up that way. This seems like the plan. Though Gyarados, well, maybe I should have kept Gyarados on the team and replaced the Shark. Gyarados is pretty strong. And pretty cool. I need to find the place that lets me do the Poké Cuts. I really want to see how I can customize my Pokemon. Hit him with Toxic. There we go. So it looks like the alphas are pretty set, because this is where I fought that alpha last time. So is it every time you come back, the alphas are just going to be there? Because I know alphas in... there were like some set alphas in Pokemon Legend Arceus, but there was also a few alphas that were like... random? So I don't know if that's the case here, where there's going to be some random ones too, if they're all set. Grab a berry. Grab a mushroom. I saw an NPC at some point, they said that someone collects those tiny mushrooms. I haven't run into that person yet, but apparently there's someone to turn all those mushrooms into. There was some little girl wandering around talking about collecting mushrooms. It's an electric power station thing there. We haven't explored all the rooftops. I want to see if we can find a different Pokemon to replace a few on our team. So let's find our way up somewhere. Like Hawlucha. I wouldn't mind Hawlucha, though I already have a flying type, so maybe not a Hawlucha. Where are all the ladders? Or Holovators or things like where's all the ways up? I can't find any of the ways up here. Ooh. I just got the email that I was waiting for today. I think. There is a beta test for a game coming out today that I, have really wanted to play called Arc Raiders, and I just got the message that I think... Yes, the playtest just came out. All right. Well, we are going to download that and play that. Arc Raiders is a game that is coming out next week that might be my replacement for Helldivers for a little while. It is a extraction PvE shooter that looks like a absolute blast. And they're doing a stress test this weekend, and they just said that they opened up the servers, so I'm downloading it now, which means I am going to go play some Arc Raiders. So I'm going to take a quick break from Pokemon and go play that for a little bit. We have not played Arc Raiders. No, I tried to get into the beta for Arc Raiders, and I did not get into it. Apparently I stumbled into a random conversation that I didn't mean to stumble into. If I keep leveling up, I'll have to fight the gamer prodigy, the streaming sensation of keyboard legions. Should I care? She's an electrifying streamer who slings cutting commentary. Ridiculous. Yeah, I'll beat a streamer. Wow, that is some next level fanboy. That is some outrageous behavior right there. That is. What matters is watching all her content. I didn't think Nintendo would have the balls, but apparently they put an incel in the game. Because that is some inappropriate behavior going on right here. Way to put that streamer on a pedestal, Nintendo. I don't want to go back to the hotel. I want to quit playing the game so I can play the other game. Thank you. I always forget how to save. There we go. Save progress. Okay. I am going to go play this other game I'm really hyped for. It's about the time that I end my stream anyways, so it worked out perfectly. So let's end with our prayer as always. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. We continue to pray today for those who don't have enough food, those who don't have enough water. I've heard rumors that there's going to be some problems with food stamps next month, so all the people who need the help for food, Lord, help them. We pray for all the victims of violence, whether it be war, political violence, whatever violence they are facing, Lord, help them. Help them to escape that, and help our politicians to put an end to the senseless violence. We pray for all the souls in purgatory, all the souls who've been forgotten, all the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Help them. We do a special prayer for our special intentions for the people who've come to me and talked about those who are injured or harmed or those in need of prayer, Lord. Help them. And finally, we pray for the vocation of the priesthood, all the people who are considering the priesthood. Lord, help them to discern their path. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, thank you for hanging out. I'm pretty sure it's just you and me, Dex. Chat says there's only like 1 or 2 people watching, so whoever is currently watching, thank you. Thank you, everyone who was watching today. Have a good weekend. We'll be back with Pokemon on Monday, unless I can't pull myself away from Arc Raiders, and then that'll be a whole different conversation. But have a blessed day, everyone, and we will see you again on Monday.